Well, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to keep up as much as possible this video short because I've been editing the other video that probably will be uploaded. I wanted to continue to make a topic related towards artifacts. So you've seen my kale, my old kale, not very geared, not very top tier. He's just, sitting there with an artifact that was once the go-to artifact as a base, just like the basic use. Now you see like colors of it. So you see gray green, gray purple, gray blue. So I wanted to talk about that before we that's thunder. I don't know if you guys can hear that. That's fireworks because it's New Year's Eve. So yeah, let me continue before I throw myself off the conversation. I am having a little bit to drink. It's not that big. It's winking owl. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of white wine, but yeah, it's really sweet. So I like sweet. I like my alcohol sweet. Okay, before we trail off to this conversation, so grades. Where do they come from? What do you do with them? What's the step to upgrading your colored artifact to orange? Well, it's kind of hard to get it to orange because once you buy it, because I have the green one. The green one is basically the beginner level. And what this does, this is like a little bit better than the original that was once the original artifact. And the way you have to upgrade this one is through space-time distortion. So the first distortion that they created was Taurus, and it was for, they call it the whale or the top tier raid, but it was, in my opinion, I think it was simply made to expand the game's content, because some of the content we were so used to back then was like redeemers, or like redeemers was like a one stage type of battlefield. And distortion raid, the boss literally breaks apart the platform and you have to figure out how to deal with the faces that they bring. It literally expanding more the game. So then they created the compasses, the basic compass for for like this is now the Isen one, like the Hall of the Fallen Knights. So it has a different name, but the one that was basically for Taurus mostly was the rusty one. I'll just give you an example. So this one that looks a little bit, just almost outdated is the Taurus one, because it says super spirit or super rusty. And then this one is from Isen. Isen is the big kind of aquatic knight type of he looks aquatic because he has kind of that shape around his armor that looks kind of like a fish. So he drops the compasses. And so when they first released the distortion raid, it took like all of the players that were committed to farming the very first one 6 months at least. 6 months if you have the purple one. The purple one being the highest grade. So let me go back again. So if you had this one has 500, crit rate 3, there's destruction 150, which used to be surplus into the stats component. And if you had that, you would have an easier time to upgrade it using these now orbs, which is called magic power orbs. So for instance, to make it even more entertaining and more fun or more challenging, they did the same thing for the artifacts. So you see mine is green right now. I've granted so far 6 weeks, or mostly 7 weeks, because when you get them they're 9, and so you need another week to farm to get 12 in order to buy 10 for 1. So let's right click right here and we select magic power infusion, and it tells me right here how much I really need. So the green one, the purple and the blue ones, they all upgrade the same way. The only difference is that they have less power, less stats, and more time to upgrade, which is fine. Like, if you're in a rush and you really just want to get over it, buy the purple one. Or you really just need the artifact because you know the artifact and it's best for you, then you get the green one. That's pretty much all you really need. I'm not trying to make this video biased as possible. I'm just being generic, pretty straight to the point, not trying to sugarcoat anything for anybody. That's just who I am as a person. I'm, pretty educated. Like, I know people have different things and stuff. So what I'm trying to get to you is that I'm an active player. I play this game every day. I'm never gonna stop playing this game. Like, I'm so committed to the game that I'm so committed to the guild, and I'm also, gonna lend a little bit of a hand to help the rest of the player base that have no idea what to do, and they're probably getting their perspectives kind of, from the wrong influence, or from like people that don't really play it and then they think it's a joke, or they just don't like it. And so there's just some people that really want to play this game, so let them play the game. Like, I get it, like some people want to trash the game because the way Nexon has created it, but yeah, this is how this thing uploads. They released a lot of scrolls, so there's a lot of scrolls that could support the artifact the way you want it to, the way you need to. So each scroll has a different type of stats more than others. Remember that you are a class, like I'm Silas. Other Silases may use a different stats. They're using a different, status point, like whatever they want. It's kind of the same thing. So, not necessarily saying it's the same thing. I'm just saying that it's okay whatever they want to use. Some of them are probably they're more considered with putting in more damage, or they're missing certain stats, or they experimented. That's pretty much what the game created, is that the stats can be experimented. We'll see what works, we'll see what doesn't work. For me, I think I know where I stand with my stats. I'm not in the greatest shape, but I'm in a good shape where I can rely on my current scrolls. So my current scrolls I have here is destructive, and I have reflection. Since they added more scrolls, I have options. That's how I look at it. Options. Which one I believe would fit me if I move on from destruction. I would probably choose one that is so close to it, and maybe a little bit more time. And the reason I don't get to choose them as I want, because the marketplace is expensive to get them. So, you know, it's one of those things from a logic point of view, from an economical point of view, which is the best one you could afford. And go with that until you can afford more later on. So, I don't remember all of these scrolls. That's why they created a panel for this. So let's say execution. So, or escalating. Wait, I'm sorry. So escalating is super close to destruction or destructive. But the only difference is that it has balance 2 and it has an additional damage 50 and it has attack speed. So attack speed is the same, but then it has a like crit rate. I know there's several skulls that are probably identical. There's just so many that I just picked as escalating as an example. So how much is this scroll if I want it? It's 57 mil, or at least according to this list. Some people really want the gold, and so the value of that scroll is big. It's a good scroll to have. It's good. The players that are selling it don't think they need it because they probably have a different type of scroll, and that's okay. They have a different type of play style, or they have a different mechanics they're working with, and that's okay. And so, because these are prefix 3 and they're brand new and they're just been tossed after update, and update, now the value of those scrolls are higher. So the people that get them first during, like, you know, the new raids and the new distortion raids, or like the new ones that the game's coming out, the value of those scrolls are higher. So I don't have 57 mil. I don't think I need that scroll right now. And if I keep going through the scrolls, maybe I don't need escalating, but maybe I need Indomitable. And then I go finding Indomitable. And Indomitable gives me here grants super armor and reduces receive damage by 50% for 20 seconds when using artifacts. So when it says receive damage by 50%, it means when the boss attacks you and you start to receive damage, that's what it does. It reduces the amount of damage you're going to be hit with. That's what it does. So it's identical to the other one. The only difference is one is more damage related, or added damage related, if I remember correctly. Just to make sure I'm fine. Yes, add that additional damage 10% when using artifacts. So this one increases user artifacts up to approximately 25% increase the lower and the enemy's remaining HP. So that's like approximately to 25. The lower the enemy. So this is like, I believe the damage increases when artifacts are to approximately 25 increase, the lower the enemy's remaining HP. So when the boss has like remaining HP and you summon the artifact, like you press on it, that's what the scroll is going to do. It's going to increase more of your damage the moment the boss HP is lower, which is good. That's a very good scroll to have. Let's see if it okay. So and then we go a little higher, and then there's like cyclical, and this one converts some of the damage inflicted onto enemies to SP when using artifacts. Can convert up to 400 SP while the effect lasts. Okay, so there are classes that need a lot of SP because the boss takes it away from you, and so there's some classes that really need that scroll. and there's I believe a tiny version of that one somewhere. Like mana based characters like Arisha and like Donna, and like Donna I know has a lot of mana, but maybe perhaps some SP. Maybe I'm wrong on that part, but like there's just some characters that have that necessity to get a scroll like this. And Amplify. Amplify is a very great scroll because your crit damage gets increased even more. Your impact to the boss gives you more leverage to damage, and the balance is the same, and the crit rate is the same, which is 2%, and attack speed are balanced too. So these are pretty much scrolls of choices, is what I'm looking at here. When your artifact finally upgrades to orange, that's all it upgrades, is to orange. It would look like that. So yeah, this is just more informative on artifacts. Every class, like I said, differs from a generic standpoint of who should be using what. So Silas for me can heal, if nobody knows that. I know tutorials everywhere that he can heal, and it just depends, because the thing is, like, the community, like, there's a few Silases I don't like to heal. They're more damage related, so their stats differ from other Silases. But me, I keep it like this. Every time my buffs are ready to reload, I reload all the time. Because you see, this Soul Drain tells you right there, can convert 2% damage dealt into HP for 30 seconds, 300 HP hit, 4000 HP into it. So he's like a little Fang. He works like a Fang, but the only difference is that his cooldown is 60 seconds. So as a player that plays Silas's, you have 60 seconds to maneuver the enemy, but place the Soul Drain as close as possible to the party. However, if there is a player that just got killed in the party and has the little help option, like the res thing, I make sure that player, even if they don't know anything about my class, they get that buff. At least they get like 20%, because when you try to drop it in the middle of the party, it only gets to like 5 or 6 players for 6 seconds. But remember, those seconds count, because that's what players are doing. They're trying to fight. They're trying to kill the boss faster. So, and if there's an EV cooldown is like 2 minutes or something like that. So you're basically saving time between supporting the players and yourself included, and of course shield. When there's a Silas and an EV in a party full of melee players, the battle, the whole rate is like balanced out. But if it's not, and there's only like a Silas, just hope that Silas heals as best as possible. If they don't, if you see that there's not a Silas or an EV in the party, and you're not really sure if you should go out there with your pots, which is like your exquisite pots, then use Fang. Yes, the Vibrant Master is telling you to like use Fang. Like case scenario, there's nothing wrong feeling shame for any use of artifact. It's just that for artifacts, for me, I rather practice with my paw, because it teaches me to be wary of the enemy, and my class can heal. So what excuse do I have other than low cap or something, or my crit rate, or I'm not, that's my fault. Like, if I die, I die, but like doesn't mean I give up and be sitting there dying, because the game is critical that way. So have a happy new year. That's all I wanted to talk about. That's all I wanted to make sense of, because I've been now uploading some videos to my channel. I hope this has helped anybody that has been confused about artifacts in general. Just be happy, honestly. Like, the year has been a mess for everybody. When you come online and you want to try out if the artifact is best for you, just be mindful of, do I really want to play with this artifact, or do I want to test my limits? Test your limits. You never know. You might be happy what you tried. I try to push my guild members to use Paul. They don't want to use Paul. But my land player, he's decided to do, I guess, something new. He upgraded the artifacts. He upgraded the paw, the cat statue, the fang, and no, not the cat statue, and the goddess war statue. Oh, before I forget as well, if you're planning to alt your characters again, and you're not sure what compass to get, you can still farm them on your main, and when you get lucky enough to upgrade them, you can transfer them over. See how mine kind of says Jordra? That's my land. You can transfer them over, and then from your other character, you can upgrade that compass. I will pull up the guild. I will look for, where did he do? So at first I was a little confused. I'm like, how did he do that? And like, oh, that's what he did. Because he's offline. Okay. Because he has another one right here. So when it comes to gear sharing these objects, you either are grinding one already and then transferred it over, or you transferred it over. That's basically it. You grinded one more, and then you gave it to the class, and then the more you keep grinding and you keep collecting, you go on your ult, you receive them on your ult, and then you upgraded them from there. This is a very tactical way of gearing ults, and as well as your main. It is, I would say, it would be a very wise move, a very tactical move, because then it makes the class you're trying to play and trying out easier when it comes to farming. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful New Year's Eve, and let's hope we all come together and like not get petty and fight. Like, if we really love this game, we would, try to like help each other out. And yeah, thank you for watching. GMV Sai, I should probably change that eventually. Spirit Rim from Vibe.